Hello everyone, welcome to People Matter TV. My people, politics and their wahala. No be small thing o. Politics, stress dey o. The stress is something else. Too much stress in politics. If you no strong, no go. If your body no full, no put body o. My people, come and lis ten to this politics issue and the saga that is going on ground. My people, let's sit down and focus and listen to it together. Please, while you are listening, just help me to share the video, like and share, okay? And my people, while finishing the video, do not forget, leave your comment down the comment section. And if you have not subscribed yet to People Matter TV, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, turn on the notification bell. See you in my next update. Bye-bye.
If we are able to organize, I see us there. But if we are not, obviously, they will just have. And don't forget, Nigerians now do not vote for political party again. They vote for individual. They now see beyond politics, political party. They want to vote for people they feel that there's hope for what the Nigerian that they want. So for me, the trend that we saw in Edo, also seeing such a trend in the 2023 election, where it's all about individual, not just political party. And if what I'm thinking and what I'm seeing on the street is true, obviously we just need to have the right candidate. And when we have the right candidate in any of the political party, I can tell you that Nigeria will go for that person, not for the political party.
Okay, let's come down to your primary constituency, which is Edo State. The state has had a history of having high-profile criminal activities. Many people will remember in the late 80s, the Lawrence Anini, and then quite recently during the EndSARS or aftermath of the EndSARS, the first place that prisons were attacked, correctional facilities as they are referred to now, were attacked was in Edo State. And tell us how you have managed, or your administration where you function had managed to stabilize and perhaps clean up Edo State a little bit to have a relative, better record than what it used to be in the past.
We have a visionary governor, and we, working together with him, we were able to put up an elaborate and well-structured security architecture even before the EndSARS. And that's what actually helped us to be able to manage the jailbreak, because elsewhere, outside in developed country and even developing countries and states, that each incident like that has happened, it takes like 1 to 2 years to be able to restructure and get crime out of that state. But because we already have a structure on ground, that was what actually helped us to be able to deal with it, that it didn't go up to a year, and we were able to maintain the level of security that we got. Where during the last Christmas, for instance, everybody was excited, happy that it was crime-free. And when we check the statistics of crime between October to January, it was marvelous until the Uromi incident. What we have just done is we are domesticating security. We are making communities to be part of the security architecture of the state. And we are making the wards to develop their own security architecture in line with the state structure, working with the traditional rulers, working with the communities, working through which we were able to form the vigilante group. And this vigilante group are also profiled by the SSS and the Nigerian police, so that we don't have another group of persons that are uncontrollable. So that architecture between the federal agencies and the states and the locals that are actually help us. Look at the Uromi incident, for instance. The recoveries that we've had so far was as a result of the activation and cooperation of the communities. So without that cooperation and collaboration, it will have been 100% sweep by those armed robbers. But because of that collaboration, we're able to block the youths, the women, everybody were able to block certain areas in collaboration with the security agency, and that helped us. And so far, I can tell you that from that incident, we've gone back to the drawing board again. There are other things we are put in place within that period.
Does that affect the reports we hear about invasion of some areas by herdsmen? We hear of Ovia Southwest local government. How are you dealing with that? Because that's creating a lot of threats,
Yeah.
to local security.
Yeah, I think the problem of Ovia, there are Motecombs, their own security architecture from there. Some of them that have been driven are finding their way this way, and that is what is resulting to what we have there. For some time, we've been able to deal with it, and we've discovered that we need to block our borders, because most of these guys coming are coming from Ondo and other axes. So I will not want to give you detail, but we are doing certain things, and we are putting certain things in place to make sure that we not only block, but some of them that are already in, we are able to deal with it.
Okay. Last year, you threatened to leave your party, the PDP. A lot of people had different views about it. That was the party on whose platform you and the governor won your second term election. But now it appears the nerves are calm now. Tell us how you managed it, and is it something that is still cooking or brewing somewhere, or has it been finally dealt with?
Yeah, I joined PDP not because I want to join PDP.
But you wanted to win an election?
No, not because I wanted to win an election. I didn't join because I wanted to win an election, or did I join because I wanted to join. I joined because the governor was being oppressed. And for me, I hate oppression. And because the governor was being oppressed, and he was being oppressed by somebody that introduced fighting oppression. And I decided that I must join the governor to fight against that oppression. And when it was time, we called a meeting. And from that meeting, our leaders in APC then, and our party executives and our party leaders, we met after the governor was disqualified. We met, and I wanted AA. But they said, no, we should not go to AA, that we should go to PDP. So the decision to go to PDP was actually by the then APC state executive and ward executive and the party leaders. And we didn't have any choice than to follow the lead of our leaders in APC, most especially the party executive. And they say if we go, they will resign their membership. So you can imagine somebody that is a ward chairman, somebody that is a state chairman, and executive member saying, we will leave the party if you go to X and we'll follow you. So based on that, we waited for the governor's decision, because he is the one that was being oppressed. And when he took that decision that, yes, he will contest, and the party say, we will leave this party to this other one. And we say, okay, go and try. And fortunately for us, the party that is our executive in APC and leaders say we should go, they accepted us and gave us the ticket. And I made one statement. I said, I am only following the governor to PDP. I am following the governor. Wherever he goes, I go. So that is it. Whether there is tension in PDP now or not, for me, I don't see myself as a PDP person up to now, because I have not been accepted in PDP. The governor has been accepted, but I have not been accepted.
Okay.
Yeah, the governor has been accepted because the governor was accepted. That is why we took the ticket of PDP. Me, Philip Shaibu, and other party members of APC that came to join, up to now, have not been accepted. And we formed the majority even in PDP. So, and for me, I will not abandon my state chairman as Nemujizwa, or my chairman in my local government, or my ward chairman in my local government and the executive, and just relax in PDP, say I'm fine. No, it's not about the governor, it's not about me. It's about the people that say we should go to PDP. They asked us to go to PDP. So they cannot pick two of us and leave the rest. So for me, I'm a member of PDP because I fought on the side of the governor against oppression. So okay. Up till now, I am a member of PDP because the governor has asked us. But if you ask me, and that's why I said from the beginning, if I have my choice in future election, and if the constitution is signed and there's independent candidacy, I would prefer to contest as an independent candidate than to contest under any political party for now.
Okay, let's leave this here because it's obvious that there are still lots of things going on, and from the way you sound, you're on top of it, you understand it, you analyze it, and you're following it. But you mentioned that you left with the governor because the governor was oppressed by someone who fought oppression. You ended it there. You didn't mention name, so I will respect that. But
yeah,
tell me about your former friend.
Oshomole oppressed my governor.
Okay, so you want to mention the name now?
Yeah. Oshomole oppressed my governor by going to disqualify him.
He was your boss.
Of course.
You were quite loyal to him.
Oshomole was not my boss.
Okay.
Oshomole was like a father to me.
All right.
Not just a boss. No, it was not a boss and worker relationship I have with Oshomole. No. It's father and son relationship. And he taught me.
Will it be right to say you betrayed him?
No. He taught me, you see, the Bible says, teach your children the way of the Lord, so that when they grow up, they will abide and they will do those things. Oshomole taught me how to stand as a man and fight oppression. And when he was teaching me those lessons, he never attached any name to it. He said, anybody that stand on your way or oppress anybody, the man in you should be out to fight against such oppression. And unfortunately, what we fought on his side against the late Chief Aneni, and we succeeded, is what he now wanted to do to my governor. And I have to fight.
So it's purely based on principle?
It's principle.
Okay.
I have no problem. Oshomole is still my father.
Okay.
And recently, I announced it publicly that I see my father. But it's just that he was trying to oppress somebody and I didn't.
And he taught you how to resist oppression.
And I'm sure Oshomole will be proud of me. I can tell you, deep in his heart of Oshomole, he will be proud of me. Okay. And he will be glad that those lessons that I learned from him, I'm taking it to another level.
Okay, very, very, very good. We will wait to see if we can find him to confirm whether he's proud of you. But Edo State has spent so much in sports, and quite recently, the state hosted the National Sports Festival. The record of your input into running the sports project or festival, it speaks for itself. So tell us how you were able to manage the back and forth movement at that time. It was quite dramatic. Today is holding, the next day is changed, and all of that. How did you manage it? Because you were in the forefront then, and then it landed eventually, and the results are showing.
Yeah, I want to thank God. First, it's God I have to thank, and also thank the governor for appointing me to head the LOC. But I must also tell you that the success of the National Sports Festival was because we had a team that was determined to make a difference. So the LOC, working also with the MOC, we set a standard, and that standard we were able to follow. The governor gave us mandate, and that mandate we were able to achieve as a team. I was just there to coordinate, and when I look back and I saw the input that these team members put in, that has actually led to this success that we are all celebrating. But one good thing that I saw that which was almost a snag was COVID, which led to a lot of this postponement. And the kind of opening ceremony and closing ceremony that we'll have had, if not for COVID, will have been more than what we are celebrating now.
Okay, in 1 minute, could you just mention them? You have done over 70% of your tenure as governor and deputy governor in your administration. What do you think this government will be remembered for? Just itemize them because of lack
I
of...
think one of the major things this government will be recognized for is not something tangible that you can see. And it's the most important in all governance structure that, that any state or a country should deal with. And that's the issue of institutionalizing everything that we are doing. We have done a lot of reform that you cannot see. But I can tell you in another 4 or 5 years, the reform that have taken place in this engine room, which is in civil service. Because the engine room, the real government is the civil service. We've had a lot of reform in the civil service. And those reforms started about 4 years ago. We are gradually getting to a level that is becoming seen in the surface. But I can tell you in another 4 to 5 years, Hedo engine room will be at top level. So that is one major thing that I can tell you we have achieved. For infrastructure, it's a given. In 21st century, Nigeria should not be celebrating infrastructure as gains, because that is supposed to be a given. But because of lack of previous government, lack of building this infrastructure, and that is why we still celebrate, people still want to commission. In Edo, we don't commission some of these things. We allow the people to commission them. So infrastructure is something that we also can be remembered for, especially those link routes within the rural area, within the city. Go around, you see all the rural areas, all the link routes, we are dealing with them. And we do not build infrastructure for building's sake. We build infrastructure for a purpose.
Okay, we may not have so much time. Before I let you go, it would be unfair if I don't find out from you, after this tenure, where is Philip Shaibu heading to? We hear that you want to become the next governor of Edo State. How true is this?
Well, where I'm going after this is in the hands of God. And in all my elections, I've always listened to the voice of God. And majority of all the elections I've contested, I pray fast and I get the voice of God. And don't forget that the voice of the people at all times is the voice of God.
Have they started speaking?
No,
now?
I think for now, we are all discussing electoral reform, we are all discussing constitution, we are all discussing whether we are still a member of PDP or not. We are still in that stage. So until we are sure we are a member of PDP, to now start working, to now know how to work in PDP to achieve result, because general elections are coming. So until those things are done, and that is when we'll now start knowing whether we can now start the other level. But I can tell you that whether I'm going to contest an election, yes, I'm going to contest an election. But which of the elections, whether it's governor, senate, or even the presidency, I can tell you I don't know yet. Okay. But one thing you should know is that I will still contest an election.
Okay. Thank you so much, Philip Shaibu, the Deputy Governor of Edo State.
So that is it, my people. Thank you for watching. Please leave your comment down the comment section. If you have anything to say about the video you just watched, leave it down the comment section, okay? And please help me to like and share the video. See you in my next update. Bye.